Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this whole video we are going to Florida. Yeah, of course we are, because Florida, it is Florida. Where else, at this point I've gotten over my shocked face when we are going there. Going back to yet again. America's dumb. When I go, they're telling you about these true crime cases. It's either going to be wacky, it's going to be horrific. This story, it up with all of what I just said, and it is the tale of Sarah Boone. I don't think you all understand who I am. Well, tell me. I've always been a student. I am an outstanding mother to my son. I excel at everything, and it is just, and by that I mean, infuriating if that little sound effect didn't give it away. I hope you are ready to meet one of the worst characters I've ever covered. She's a horrible liar, she's narcissistic, and I kinda all just rounds into a big old __ sandwich. But boy, is that sandwich delicious. So the emotions you will feel today will be bafflement, anger, and claustrophobia, too. If you suffer for that, I'm sorry. If you do, because one aspect of this case is very confining, and I don't like reviewing that part of it either, but we will. Because we have to. Bafflement, though, was the main emotion I felt when I was researching into this case. I'm an emotionless husk, so it's pretty up there. By the way, you might have noticed, I have finally escaped the black void I have been trapped in for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I also changed my backdrop, alright? I covered a new
Filming setup. Let's move on.
So what we got here is good old gal Sarah Boone in the hot seat sweating bullets, and whatever happened, it was clearly unintentional. Am I right? Because that is her favorite word to use. Unintentional, unintentional? Not intentional, it was unintentional. It's not a malicious game ghost. Wrong. The footage, though she took herself, would kinda disagree with her statements. We'll get to it. That's my name. The word of Ruby is a dumb move, though, on her part, to be fair. Why would you record yourself doing something horrific to another person? And you can hear, the screams, do you want that to pop up on your Apple memories or something? Oh, remember that? But what? Her here and watched? Well, what we'll add to here? Well, for that, guys, we gotta go to Orange County, Florida, and also back a few years. Let's give it a go. Let's get into the Boom Goon. On the 24th of February 2020 at 1 minute past 1 p.m., a 911 call was made to the Orange County Sheriff's Department. 911, what is the location of your emergency? 4748匹フランスコート. Apartment 3. The caller was a woman named Sarah Boone, and she was the aforementioned Boom Goon. Sarah was calling from an apartment she shared with her boyfriend George in France Court, Winter Park, and so that afternoon, sunny Florida, get your tan on. Sarah was yapping away to the 911 operator, and, she was pretty straight up with the reason she was calling today. She wasn't beating around the bush, she was straight into it. She said, "Listen here, I've got something to tell you. This is a place for medical," my boyfriend said. Okay, after directing the emergency responders to the correct apartment, she had to kind of explain, maybe just briefly, how did he come to be dead? Her explanation of her current circumstances was odd at best. Now tell me exactly what happened there. My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and kind of hide and seek kind of thing, so asleep, and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase.
So I don't know what happened.
See, her and her fella had been fooling around, though not in the way you would think, even though they are grown-ups. No, not that sort of fooling around. Playing hide and seek? Right, okay. So she's like, well, he got into the suitcase. I fell asleep. I woke up, he was a goner. I thought, no, what happened? Don't know what happened. Kinda sounds like you do, though. Is he conscious at all? No purpose? No. Alright, I need you again. I need to get him on the floor. Send in his back for me, okay? I did. I tried giving him CPR. Would you have a hand on top of that hand, Eddie? I'm telling you, despite looking at him, you can tell. Okay, please. Okay. He just gurgled. So over the following minutes, the 911 man tells her to try CPR, which she says she had already tried. She had removed him from the suitcase, and the way she explains it, that if she was trying CPR and how he looked, she'd be trying it for a while. What happened? Other than that, she spends it, trying to talk over the operator. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on pumping for me, man. I'm not doing it. I'm doing it. Believe me, I'm doing it. Okay, eventually the EMTs arrived. I'm pretty cheerfully announced there was nothing to be done, but unfortunately now that call was pretty grim, and from the sounds of it, it was a horrible accident, just playing the game, and things went wrong, and it happens tragically. It does happen around the world all the time, as Sarah said herself. Right, okay, right on. And you can imagine the guilt she's feeling, having a good time playing a little game, and it ends like this. Sad as it is, it happens. People playing hide and seek. Found a great place? No, you didn't. Tragically, an 8-year-old boy was killed while playing hide and seek in his grandparents' house. He became wedged behind appliances, and he died. In India, a 16-year-old girl was the seeker, playing the game in an apartment building, and as she was looking for the hiders, she stuck her head into the elevator shaft to see if anyone was hiding there at, well, the worst time imaginable. Or this story from Baltimore. 24-year-old Ernest Wilson III, he was playing hide and seek with a lot of his friends during a party. They were at this place having a few drinks, dancing, and then doing something for fun, playing hide and seek, ready or not. Here I come Ernest, he was the seeker, and he Facebooked lived while he was seeking. Then while he was wandering around, he caught a burglar on camera trying and succeeding at breaking into the place kitchen. Okay, get your dumb ass on the other side of this game. This can't be one of my friends. Unfortunately, the burglar had a gun, and he used it on Ernest _. So, to give you a bit of background into who the key players are in this case, there's really just two, not counting the detectives, the deputies, and any other law enforcement's buckaroo. So we got Sarah Boone, the Boone dog, and her boyfriend Jorge Torres. Foreign maiden name Paulson. Her Facebook is pretty private. The profile picture is of a baby's eye. She does have a son. Lucas and she had previously been married in 2017. Brian Boone filed for a divorce. She lost the ring. She kept the name and she shared custody of their son. She was originally from Orlando. She graduated from Edgewater High School and in 2020, she was 42 years of age. She had been in trouble with the law before a it's like my minutely though in the August of 2015. She was caught speeding. She was doing 54 and a 45 in her queue. She had to pay a $129 fine for that, and she also had to do a 4-hour basic driver improvement course. And also, in January 1998, when she had by Sarah Paulson, she got caught driving with a suspended license. George now, by the way, his name is spelled the Spanish way, but it's pronounced the English way, so do not give me _commenters. The victim, he was also 42. From the city of brotherly love, PA for work, he was the best employee Ace Hardware ever had, according to himself. Though at the time of his death, he was unemployed, he had 3 daughters also. So, Sarah and George, they lived together in an apartment in Winter Park. It's a small city just northeast of Orlando, so Sarah, she was never too far from home. George had come quite a bit, and he still had a lot of family back in Philly. It was 4748 Franz Court that they called home together, apartment number 3.
Right.
Opposite one of those lakes. Florida's got a ton of... Sarah and George had been together for about 3 years. By 3.5 years, by the time February 2020 kind of rolls around now in Winter Park, the rate of crime is quite low, pretty safe city, but the rate of this crime is exceedingly low worldwide. But, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Had a crime taken place? Sarah said what happened was a horrible accident, and, I mean, how do you do that on her? I mean, you know, it sounds like an accident after the 911 call? Police arrived, yeah, but as you can see, the fire and EMTs were already there, but nothing was to be done. Sarah was there waiting for the responding officer. Oh, don't worry about that. I'll take care of that. I really need something to drink. Okay, well, I got my Dr. Pepper on the counter. Okay, what's going on? What? Who is he to you, the boyfriend? Yes, because we're like 3.5 years. What happened? Me and I, we drank last night. What? Sarah? Told you, responding officer. Was this? I fell asleep. When did you think? Yeah, this morning when I found it before you called. Yes. So the day before Sunday, Sarah and George, they were chilling at the house, and then at one point George left. He left to go get some smokes, and that was about it. Sarah's son was not there with them that day, that evening. They were having a grand old time. They were doing some painting, they were doing some puzzles, playing a little bit of a jigsaw, and they opened together a bottle of Woodbridge Chardonnay. I don't know much about wine. Is that piss or